Okay, welcome back to another video. Super excited, a little bit nervous, you know, all that in between, but we're gonna get right into it regardless, right? Alright, so I'm gonna be doing another balloon garland tutorial slash setup with me, how to type of thing. We're looking real pink today. Yeah, so if you're interested in all of that, please stay tuned. I'm going to be showing you some more tips, some more tricks. I'm going to try to go in a little bit more detail than I had done in my last video, because there were some things that I mentioned in my last video, but I didn't actually show it. So hopefully in this video, I'll be able to show a little bit more of those tips and tricks that I introduced in the first video. Guys, I'm not used to saying this, and this is going to be my first time saying this, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Alright, we already know this is the beginning. This is brand spanking new, as I mentioned in my first YouTube video, child. And yeah, I'm just ready. Okay, let's get started. So, we're going to hop right into it. I've already inflated my balloons. I've already created my clusters. Now, I know I said I was going to put a little bit more detail. In the first video, I already showed how I make my clusters, how I make dupes, and then I make quads, and then I put the clusters together of 8. As I mentioned in the last video as well, I also like to use various sizes in my clusters. So again, same as the first video, I'm using 18, 12, and 5. Those are my most 3 common sizes that I use, depending on what the setup is. I also use 24. I prefer 24 sometimes because the 18s are not really that big. Yeah, so right now, I'm gonna go ahead and create the base. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm creating a base, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I swear, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I have 2 frames, I have a circle, and I have an arch. I just don't know which one to use. I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning towards the circle. So, disclaimer, I've never used a circle backdrop before. This will be my first time working on a circle backdrop. So if I mess up, honey, that's just a part of it, isn't it? What's there to hide? It's my first time. That's a part of the game. A part of the game that sometimes doesn't get shown. Why not? Let's get started. Alright, so as you guys know, I like to tie my necks. That's gonna be my go-to. I have fuchsia, let me use the right names. I have fuchsia, I have light pink, and I have pastel pink, and I have pastel purple. So, I have 4 colors. So instead of going light pink, dark pink, purple, light pink, dark pink, purple, I don't like doing that. I like random. So let's start. Tie the necks. And again, I like to tie the necks because I love that the sturdiness that it brings. Get the longest neck, most flexible neck you can find. Let's put together the ring backdrop. let's see what we're working with. Let's see what we're working with. And I'm gonna put this here. Okay, that's looking, that looks like it wants to sit in place, right? That looks like that's where it wants to go. All right. That already doesn't look too bad. Say hello to my new friend. Alright, I want to include him in the setup. He's brand spanking new. Still got his tag on him. This one is 53 inches. So he's a little shorter than me. Let's see what we can do with this guy. I've seen people like place the teddy bear on top of the balloon. That's a lot of balancing. When I tell you I have no idea what I'm doing, I have no idea where I'm going to go with it. Let's just start adding pieces and see where it takes us. I don't know if I want the bear to sit like on a flat balloons or if I want him just on the ground. I kind of want him on the balloons, but that will take a lot more balloons. So what I did was to get him on here. He's not just sitting on the balloons cozy and not going nowhere. I used the 260 cube. As I was explaining before, I realized I wasn't recording. I take a 260 cube, I wrap it around his neck and tie it around the stand. So I can show you, even though he's already tied up and you can't even see it. Like you're never gonna know. So like this, just take it around the neck, yeah, and just tie it nice and tight, so he's not going anywhere. Like I said, I already tied him, but that's what I did. I didn't want to not tell you. Okay, so I feel like he's just like leaning there like that. I'm gonna put more balloons on that side. I'm gonna put purple because it's all pink. You know what I'm just noticing as I put that last balloon, it just crossed my mind that I have actually indeed worked on a circle backdrop before. One time. I did. So that was a lie. I did do it one time. It wasn't a lie, I just forgot. It wasn't my backdrop. I had done a setup for a friend. I had done a setup for someone. They already had the backdrop, and I just attached the backdrop to, I just attached the balloon garland to the backdrop, and I'm just remembering that it was a circle backdrop. So I have done a circle backdrop before. Yeah. This is pretty much it. I mean, shape-wise, I'm gonna start filling it in. I'm gonna put my 5 inches in. I did speak about 5 inches and how I attach my 5 inches to the garland. I did mention some different methods in my last video, but I didn't show you as I was saying at the beginning of this video. So I'm gonna actually show you a few of those tips, a few of those methods now. But I gotta blow up my balloons, so I'll be back. Okay, so we're on to our last part, which is the fillers. I'm gonna start putting the 5 inches, filling in spaces, and just keep creating a little bit more detail. Now there are a few different methods that you can do this. My personal favorite is the elastic band method. I'm gonna show you the 260Q, like a way. It's not the only way that you can use a 260Q. There's no right and wrong to making a balloon garland. It's what works for you, what you're comfortable with, what will stick that thing to the backdrop, to the wall, to whatever you're attaching your backdrop to your balloon garland to. So long as it's up there and it's not moving, that's all that matters. It really doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you're not destroying the people on the wall and stuff like that. But like, as long as your garland is intact, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere, that's all you need to know. It doesn't really matter which method you decide to use, so long as your methods work. But in case you're looking for a new method, something that's working better than the method that you're currently doing, because I know when I just started, the methods that I was using, child, there's no way I would be able to use those methods now. And that was glue dots and glue gun. Like, okay, so my personal 5-inch fillers look like this. It's just a cluster of 4, or a quad, I should say. It's just quads. I use quads 90% of the time. Sometimes I'm feeling fancy and I might make like longer. I've never done the rope. The rope is not my personal. The rope is not my personal style. There's nothing wrong with it, but like when you get into artistry, right, you find things that are for you and not for you. You find things that you like to do and that you don't like to do. You find your own style, and I just feel like the rope is not my personal style. That doesn't mean I don't like the rope. That doesn't mean I'll never do a rope, because I probably will one day. But like my personal style, like my signature, my whatever, is not a rope. It's a quad. So you can use glue dots. Glue dots are like these double-sided sticky things that I just don't like at all. I don't know why I'm showing you this method if I don't like it, but just to show you, you just click it, right, and you plop it on there wherever you like. Not like that, you do it better. I don't like glue dots because they don't hold up. Your 5 inches will fall off. So that's the glue dot. The next way that I mentioned was, was the 260 cube. After I figured out that the glue dots and the glue gun wasn't gonna work for me, the next method that I was using pretty religiously was the 260 cube method. So you get yourself a 260 cube, it's just those long, skinny balloons that clowns use to make stuff. You take a 260 cube, you grab a cluster, you're gonna tie one end to the cluster. You okay, Papa? Okay, right, and then you take another cluster, another quad, or cluster, whatever you're using, and you attach it to the other end. So now you have this. Then you're gonna take this and you're gonna wrap it around and place it however you feel fit. So let's go over here, if I can fit. So you take it, wrap it around, and it's pretty flexible. Like you can move it around, you can take it back off and redo it, right? I have no problem with this method. The only reason I stopped using this method is because it's time consuming to tie the ends to every cluster. So here's now the method that I'm using currently. My go-to, my favorite right now is elastic band. When I'm normally doing my setup, I'll take a few, right, on my wrist. Take a cluster. Yes, baby? Around. And I put it around like that. Super easy. That was super fast. You can move it. You can take it back off. And place it again.
Okay.
I'm talking to you. You can take it off. You can put it back again. To me, it's just faster. So that's how I'm gonna do the rest of the Garland, is with my elastic bands. Okay, watch me work, y'all.
Normally what I do too, I'll show you, is I'll do a bunch of, I'll put it on my arm. So like this. Take it, put it on my arm.
Okay, so I'm pretty much finished. I've added all my fillers. The shape is pretty much, I'm satisfied with the shape. So now I'm just gonna try to like maybe relocate or just shift it so you guys can get a better angle and see what this thing is really looking like. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one.